Hi friends, welcome to this first video for BSc second year. As you all know me, I am Dr. Srinivas K. Shetty, Professor, Vice Principal and Head, Department of Physics, Shri Shivaji College, Parbhani. This semester I am going to teach you statistical physics, electromagnetic theory and relativity. The title of the first unit is Statistical Basis and Thermodynamics. This paper is divided in 4 units. 2 units are pertaining to statistical physics, third unit is related to electromagnetic theory and fourth unit is related to relativity. Now let us begin with the first unit, that is statistical basis and thermodynamics. In statistical physics, we have a macro approach. In order to understand what is a macroscopic approach, let us try to understand the difference between microscopic approach and macroscopic approach. A system consisting of large number of particles can be studied in 2 ways. Number 1, microscopic approach. Number 2, macroscopic approach. In microscopic approach, motion of individual particles comprising the system is studied using Newton's laws of motion. If there are large number of particles in a system, it is impossible to follow motion of each particle. In a microscopic approach, motion of individual particles comprising the system is studied using Newton's laws of motion. If the number of particles in a system is small, then we can apply and study the motion of these particles using Newton's laws of motion. If there are large number of particles, then it is impossible to study the motion of each particle by applying Newton's laws of motion. So we cannot apply a microscopic approach to a system consisting of large number of particles. For example, like a system of gas where we have very large number of particles. So what is a macroscopic approach then? The problems related to a system comprising large number of particles are solved using statistical mechanics. So for a system which is comprising large number of particles, the problems related to such a system can be studied or solved using statistical mechanics. Statistical physics is basically a macroscopic approach applied to a system of large number of particles using laws of probability. Here we apply the laws of probability or chance. This enables us to obtain some sort of average values relating to the system. By applying the laws of probability to the particles of a system where there are large number of particles, we get some sort of average value concerning the system related to its properties. These average values correspond to bulk properties of the system. So these average values which are related to or correspond to bulk properties of the system. In case of gas, the bulk properties are like pressure, volume, temperature, etc. From bulk properties of the system, we can obtain values for individual particles. As if we know the bulk properties of the system, we can find out the properties of individual particles comprising the system. In the statistical description of the system, macroscopic properties are related to microscopic properties. These macroscopic properties of the system are related to microscopic properties of the system. So, for example, when we obtain pressure of a gas, we do not find the momentum imparted by each and every particle on the walls of the container. What we obtain is the momentum imparted by number of particles colliding a system, colliding the walls of a container per unit area per unit time. This is a bulk property that we obtain. From that bulk property, we can correlate or find out the property of individual particles. So, in this way, we apply a macroscopic approach to a system consisting of large number of particles. So, while applying a statistical mechanics, there are three different kinds of statistics depending upon types of particles. They are Maxwell's-Boltzmann statistics, Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. So, in the Maxwell's-Boltzmann statistics is also called as classical statistics. Here we apply classical physics, that is energy takes continuous values. This is applicable to identical distinguishable particles of any spin. So, if there is a system of particles which are identical and distinguishable, we can distinguish between two particles. This is particle A and this is particle B, though they are identical. And they are having any kind of spin, spin 1 or spin 0 or spin half, any kind of system. For example, gas particles. It has successfully explained the phenomena like temperature, pressure and energy. So, this with the help of Maxwell's-Boltzmann statistics, we can explain the phenomena like temperature of gas, pressure of gas and energy. But we cannot explain the black body radiation or properties of electrons gas or photon gas etc. So, for that we have to have another kind of statistics like Bose-Einstein statistics, which is a quantum statistics. Here we apply Planck's quantum theory, that is energy takes discrete values. So, Bose-Einstein statistics is applicable to identical distinguishable particles. So, this statistics is applicable to the particles which are identical, which are indistinguishable, which we cannot distinguish between two particles, which is particle A and which is particle B, and these particles must have zero or integral spin. For example, the particles like helium atoms at low temperature or photons. This type of particles are called as bosons, as they obey Bose-Einstein statistics. Third kind of statistics is the Fermi-Dirac statistics, or the particles obeying such type of statistics is called as fermions, where we call electrons as fermions, isn't it? So, this is again a quantum statistics. This statistics is applicable to identical indistinguishable particles of half integral spin. For example, electrons, protons, neutrons etc. These particles obey Pauli's exclusion principle, isn't it? So, these particles having half integral spin which are identical, indistinguishable, obey Pauli's exclusion principle. So what is Pauli's exclusion principle? No two electrons of same atom can have all the 4 quantum numbers same. So this is Pauli's exclusion principle. So such type of particles may be electrons or protons or neutrons, they obey Pauli's exclusion principle. So the particles obeying Fermi-Dirac statistics are called as fermions. We can by applying the Fermi-Dirac statistics, we can explain the properties of electron gas. So these are the 3 different kinds of statistics that we apply to different types of systems comprising of large number of particles having different types of particles. So some kind of particles obey Maxwell's-Boltzmann statistics. So for some kind of particles we apply MB statistics. For some kind of particles we apply BE statistics or Bose-Einstein statistics, and for some kind of particles we apply Fermi-Dirac statistics. Which type of statistics is to be applied depends upon the type of particles. First article from this chapter is probability. This probability, you are familiar with the term probability, you might have studied this probability in mathematics or in some other subjects at the inter level in physics also. Let us once again revise these things. It is defined, the probability is defined as the number of cases in which an event occurs to total number of cases. So it is the ratio of number of cases in which the event occurs to the total number of cases. Suppose an event can happen in A number of ways and fails to occur in B number of ways, then the probability of happening the event is A divided by A plus B, and the probability of failing the event or not happening that event is B divided by A plus B, where A plus B represents total number of equally likely possible ways. It represents the total number of possibilities or total number of cases. Sum of the two probabilities always equal to 1, as the event either will occur or it will fail to occur. Probability, if we take the probability of a sure event to be equal to 1 and that to be impossible event to be 0, the probability of any random event lies between 0 to 1, or probability P is less than or equal to 1 and greater than or equal to 0. Let us try to understand the term probability from some examples. First, let us take first example. If we toss a coin, then there are two possibilities, either head will come up or tail can come up. There are only two equally likely events or possibility. There are only two possibilities, either head will come or tail will come. The probability of head coming up is 1 by 2 and the probability of tail coming up is also 1 by 2. There is no other possibility, isn't it? There are only two possibilities. So there are two equally likely events or two possibilities. Let us take another example, that of a die. A die is a homogeneous, regular and balanced cube, isn't it? It is a symmetric, homogeneous, it is made up of homogeneous medium, regular and balanced cube, which is bounded by 6 faces, marked with number of dots or engraved with number of dots from 1 to 6. So on one face 1 dot is marked, on the second face 2 dots are marked. In this way, on all the 6 faces different number of dots are marked ranging from 1 to 6. If the die is symmetric and when the die is thrown, it will fall with one of its faces upwards. That is, there are only 6 possibilities. If the die is thrown, then there is a probability or possibility that it will fall in such a way that one of the face will come up. So, the set of possible outcomes is S, which is a function of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, there are 6 possibilities. When we throw a die, then there are 6 possibilities in which the die will fall. Let us find the probability by taking some examples in case of a die. The probability of even number coming up. So, let us find the probability of a face with even number of dots coming up. So, even numbers are 2, 4 and 6. So, there are only 3 possibilities and total equally likely events are 6. So, 3 by 6 is the probability of even number coming up. Similarly, the probability of odd number coming up is also 3 by 6. The probability of die coming up with any number less than 6. So, probability of any number less than 6. Which are the numbers less than 6? 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, 5 divided by 6. So, 5 divided by 6 is the probability of a die coming up with any number less than 6. What is 0 probability in this case? Let us try to understand what is 0 probability. The probability of a die coming up with face marked number 7. So, there is no face with 7 number of dots, as the cube is bounded by only 6 surfaces and at the most there will be maximum 6 dots. There will not be any face marked with 7 dots or 7. So, the probability of such a probability, the probability of a die coming up with face marked number 7 is 0. It is not possible, as there are only 6 faces and there is no face marked with number 7. What is probability 1? The probability of appearing any number less than 7. So, there are 6 faces. So, if you toss a die, if you throw a die, there is possibility that one of the face will come up. So, there are 6 faces. So, 6 by 6 is equal to 1. This is because all the faces are marked from 1 to 6, that is number less than 7. What is total probability? If A is the number of cases in which the event occurs and B is the number of cases in which the event fails, the probability of occurrence of the event is A upon A plus B. The probability of failing of the event is B upon A plus B. So, the total probability is sum of the above 2 terms, which is equal to 1. If you add above 2 terms, you get the result to be equal to 1, since event may either occur or fail, isn't it? So, this is how we can understand the term probability, isn't it? So, let us study some other concepts or other articles, subsequent articles in the next video. So, what we have studied today is that what is statistical mechanics, 3 different kinds of statistics, what is a microscopic approach, what is a macroscopic approach. In statistical mechanics, we apply a macroscopic approach because it is difficult to apply a microscopic approach, because the system, if a system is consisting of large number of particles, then it is difficult to apply a microscopic approach. So, what is statistical physics? What are three different kinds of statistics? That is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, Bose-Einstein statistics, and Fermi-Dirac statistics. What is microscopic approach? What is a macroscopic approach? Then we have studied what is probability, how we can find the probability of certain event, what is zero probability, what is probability equal to 1, what is the probability of a sure event, what is the probability of a impossible event. So, let us meet you in the next video. Thank you very much.